What's up, Hobnobbers? We're back
Morning.
again. It's episode 130 of the Dadbod Golf Pod. Happy Friday. We're proud members of the Believe Podcast Network, the number one podcast network for professionals. We are ready to rock and roll and have some fun on a Friday. It's Kyle, Nate, Ben, and if you're watching on YouTube, we got little Goose just making an appearance on the screen. Gooch, Goose, whatever you want to call him. Fired up, men. How's it going?
Good.
Electric. I am lit up.
We're just gonna go ahead and throw that right out into the stratosphere.
Let me just go ahead and throw this out there too. The PGA Tour website absolutely sucks.
It's the worst website in the history.
It's not even loading.
Websites that are better than the PGA Tour website. I would say the Department of DMV website I use very often. Better than the PGA Tour.
TurboTax smokes.
Better than the PGA
smokes
Tour.
PGA Tour.
Town delivery.
I think the child sex offender registry list works.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
How many times have you been on the website this week?
Hey, you got to check out your neighborhood every now and then. Neighborhood watch, whatever. God, it's terrible. Yeah. So, guys, tonight's episode and every episode is brought to you by Betonline.ag, the number one sports betting website in the history of Earth. Get on today, and they'll sign up today. You'll get a 50% welcome bonus. Give them $100. They'll give you $50 back free to play with. You got playoffs this weekend, the conference championships in NFL. You got tons of basketball, a lot of stuff to play with. Online casino, just tons of fun. Betonline.ag, where the game starts.
It starts. Gentlemen,
had a little curveball this week with the Farmers Open.
Yeah.
Farmers Insurance Open that I was not prepared for. Did any of you have any idea that this sucker was starting on Wednesday and ended on Saturday?
Nope. I totally thought all day yesterday was Thursday.
Yeah.
That could really throw off your whole week. Yeah.
I'm really
because today's going to feel like Friday.
I'm really kind of dreading tomorrow.
Yeah. You got to go in. Hey, round 3 moving day on Friday. That's kind of weird. Yeah.
So, strange.
Yeah. So I had no idea. A buddy of mine called me on Wednesday. He's like, do you know they're starting golf right now? I was like, I had no idea. And I do a golf podcast. So I'm really on top of everything that you can be on top of. But no, yeah. So what CBS did was move it to Wednesday through Saturday, so it would not compete with NFL playoffs, conference championships. They have not done this since 1996, so I'm kind of wondering what the big difference was this year versus last year. Like, what was the reasoning that
COVID
that you just had to or not last year, but like in past. I mean, obviously, like I said, they haven't done this since 1996, and that was the Waste Management Open. That wasn't even the Farmers Insurance Open. So, I don't know what's why all
probably them caving to the fact that they realize they can't compete with the NFL.
Yeah,
I mean, we reached it at a local level of my business radio. We used to have a promotion that we did every year, late January, early February, and every year it was on a Sunday, and there were usually divisional playoffs, and it just sucked. And finally we gave in and we were like, this is just not working for us. We've got to do it. And then the thing is people didn't want to do it on the Saturday because then it's just taking up another day of their weekend. So we just ended up just canceling the whole dang thing altogether. So I'm sure they probably looked at ratings over the last probably 10, 15 years and thought, look, guys, we keep trying to force this square peg. And clearly sports fans are turning over and they're watching the NFL playoffs. So why not just move it up? Some players have complained about it.
Well, I mean, those guys want to watch it too. Yeah. I mean, imagine having a tee time right as the Chiefs kick off. That would kind of suck.
Which is kind of funny because a lot of the guys that have complained about it starting on a Wednesday, they'll have the whole weekend to watch it because it got cut today. So it's no big deal.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Exactly. I mean, Do we just do? For some reason, I feel like we do. We used to. You would have a conference championship on each night. You have one on Saturday and one on Sunday. They don't do that. I guess we don't do that anymore, or maybe that hasn't been done in quite a while.
No, when you get to this late in the playoffs, no, they do both of them on the same day. It's the weekend before that they do 2 on Saturday and 2 on Sunday, just like they did last weekend. Because this is what we fought with every single year, because they want to make it like even number of rest days, all that kind of stuff. So if I had not had that event that we did every Sunday that we had to finally just cancel and cave in and move, that was the issue. So I get it messes up routine, but they have to go, they have to go very far. I mean, they were in La Quinta, California last week, and now they're in San Diego. So it wasn't that big of a
same
trip.
time zone. So let me say this. If you were to win the Farmers this week, you obviously would get after it on Saturday night, right? How dope would it be to win a golf tournament and wake up on Sunday morning as a winner instead of Monday morning? I'm just thinking for the winner and his hangover, it's going to be really good.
But the thing is, like, they don't live lives like we do. So, like, it's not like they have to go to work Monday, going to the office on Monday.
I mean, I'm just saying, but still, they get an extra travel day.
Now that's
an extra travel day.
Yeah, that is cool, because a lot of
instead of getting on a plane to Arizona,
a lot of them probably, if they did play last week, it's not a big trip for them, so it's not that big of a deal. So then you get, after this week, you get a big, you said, you get a big or a whole extra day to travel. It's just kind of weird. I would be curious to actually see the ratings numbers, because the Farmers Open, I feel like people get fired up for, because A, it's Torrey, B, it's the first like real noticeable, memorable tournament.
I can tell you, it's not even close. I can promise you. I can promise you. I can promise you that the NFL rating is going to be millions, in the millions on Sunday, compared to maybe 2 million.
Okay, Ben, let me ask you this. How long has the Farmers Open been in a tournament on this weekend?
Oh, I'm sure forever, but that's what I'm saying. That's why they moved it.
You think it took them 20 years to figure this out? Like they
still got some of this. Yeah, they can't even keep people to keep from hitting out of divots. They still haven't figured out some things. Yeah. I mean, they still haven't fixed some of the rules.
Let's not bring divots into this.
Yeah. I mean, I guarantee you that has something to do with it. I mean, they may not admit that because they don't want to. The higher ups at the PGA that can't fix their website, they damn sure don't want to admit that there's another sport that's being more watched than their sport is. But the numbers don't lie. I can tell you that you can't compete with NFL. That's why college doesn't try to do it. You can't compete with the NFL.
I just don't think. I just wonder why it took. If it's 100% NFL, why it took this long to say, "Hey, I got a novel idea. Let's just go do the Farmers Wednesday through Saturday." Like, is this going to be something for forever? Like, I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird to me. Does CBS get the afternoon game and not the evening game? Is that something to do with it? Like, is this the first year that maybe the first game of the AFC is first, so they go at mid-afternoon, so they don't want to compete there? Or
I think CBS does have the afternoon game. I will say that.
Why don't we have NFL games at 3:30 and 7:30? I don't know why we have an NFL game at lunchtime. If we have all day, and you got 2 games, I'm not a fan of the whole lunchtime start.
Just in general, tee times. Just in general,
whether there's a golf tournament or not, like.
I think we should just
make football. Yes,
we got to
make a game on. Yeah,
we got
one at 7 and one at 10.
Yeah,
we'll fall asleep watching football at 1 a.m. on Sunday.
It's just weird to think the tournament's going to end on Saturday. Like, I don't know. It's just weird.
Is it weirder for that, or is it weirder for there used to be a tournament that finished on Monday because it was in Boston, which is a big Labor Day.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of Monday finish.
That was weirder.
That's every year.
That was more weird.
I think they do that every year.
The Deutsche Bank. That's not a playoff event anymore. Maybe the Steelers should go to that.
Yeah. I mean, it's 2 and 5:30.
What's that? The game. The
football game. 2 p.m. and 5:30.
Yeah,
they don't really have any. They don't really have anything like.
That's a joke.
You kind of wonder why they don't have a primetime game, because even that 5:30 game, that's 2 West Coast teams. They're on the West Coast, so that's actually 3:30 their time.
Is that Eastern time?
No, I'm pretty sure the site's giving it to me in Central because I
So
usually do that
2:30 is
whether
going to be the
it's
Chiefs, which is AFC, which is CBS.
2:00 will be the Chiefs and Bengals, and then 5:30 will be the 49ers Rams.
So there you go. That's the CBS game at 2:30. I guess my question is, did this happen last year? What happened? What did we do last year or the year before that or the year before that or the year before that? That's what I'm very curious about.
Mhm.
Was
Now, I
one
will
of the
say-
game
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, was one of the did they used to do it where NBC got one of them or something like that? NBC with the late night game, and that's why it seems to me like it's possibly like some kind of contract deal, like maybe something ran out with the PGA Tour and they picked up, the playoffs or something like that. I would be curious to know a little
The
bit.
two
more about
articles, because you asked me about it earlier, and the two articles that I looked at, it said that it was a CBS deal. CBS
that. Oh yeah, it's definitely a CBS.
suggested that they move. So that makes me wonder if that's the difference between this year and previous years. Is now CBS has that early 2:00 game, and somebody within CBS said we can't kill ratings or split ratings between two events, so let's move.
Yeah.
And somebody was like, "Yep, okay, we'll do that."
Gotcha. And it maybe for some crazy reason it never.
As I said in the past, I don't know.
way.
Because you're right. I mean, the CBS game could have been like the late game in previous years, so they didn't have to. They didn't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about it in a couple of weeks. I've often said I think the greatest Sunday of golf is the Waste Management Open, where they're playing out there and they finish on a Sunday, and then you have Super Bowl Sunday that evening. I think that's just awesome.
But they do finish early. I mean, they finish at like 3 or
that's
4
what I'm saying.
o'clock, and the
That's
Super Bowl
what I love
basically
about it.
rolls right into the Super Bowl. It's
Oh
awesome.
yeah, they were selling those packages a couple of years ago when Arizona played host of the Super Bowl, because you had the Waste Management Open there in Phoenix, and then people were able to go to the game that night because they were talking about how some of the guys weren't going to make it because they were just wasted at the golf tournament.
Imagine that.
So we're gonna have a week off of football, in between.
Pro Bowl.
Yeah, okay, that's right. The Pro Bowl, and then it's the Super Bowl because the
Mhm.
Pro-Am's next week, which I love.
The Pro-Am's next week, and there's some controversy there that I was going to actually talk about as well.
Let's talk about the Farmers so far, and then we can go into that and then go from there. So we got 2 rounds down, and we have a 3-way tie with some heavy hitters tied for first. We have first off, this dude's last name Shank, which is weird for a golfer. Adam Shank, John Rahm, and Justin Thomas, all 3 tied at 13 under. Going into the weekend, the short weekend finish. Going into today, go ahead.
Shank with a 10 under today.
Shot 60 deuce. How about
Here's
that?
the best part about it is I watched a report right before we went on, because of course they got the replay going on. We record at night. We don't hide the fact that we do that. They got the replay going on. He actually was hitting actual shanks on the range and then went out there and posted 10 under.
Here's something funny too. I was watching some of the coverage before we jumped on, and they were talking about Adam Shank, and then they went to Bryson, and then he shanked one out of the bunker, and then what's his name?
I saw that too.
The pansy. What's his name?
Faldo.
Nick Faldo.
Faldo goes, oh, he has an actual shank.
The pansy.
Yeah. The pansy.
Nick Faldo.
Hey, y'all knew exactly who I was talking about, though, didn't you?
Yes, we did.
No doubt about it. JT had a good day as well, or a good couple of
Bryson.
days.
Just kidding. Sucks.
Is he going to make the cut?
Yeah, he missed the gut. Him and Kyle Berkshire are going to be hanging out on Friday night
all weekend.
DeChambeau missed the cut.
Shoulders.
Kazire missed the cut. Duff missed the cut. Finau, Tropic Thunder missed the cut. Last week's winner, Hudson Swafford, missed the cut.
Going through your favorites?
No, I just wrote these down. And then, of course, DeChambeau.
Did Nate Lashley make the cut?
Oh, my boy Lee Hodges missed the cut. My number 2.
Oh, really? Imagine that. Only missed 2 cuts all year. Hot. Just kidding. 3. I suck. Well, but don't ever pick a guy who's moved 12 spots in the rankings.
It was like 100. Hey, you know who else missed the cut?
Ricky Fowler.
And Fartelli.
Fartelli.
Okay.
And Lee Hodges beat Fartelli. So get out of here.
Well, you know what? Everybody gets last place money.
By the way, watching coverage, I was getting physically irritated, wanting to throw something at the television, that they kept referring to Bazudenpoot as Bezadenhout.
Bezadenhout
is not it, buddy.
Zayden
It is. You at least got to say Bezudenhout. I can't even say it without saying Bezudenhout anymore. Like that's become the number one way to say it. But you know how people have said, they said, yeah, you guys keep calling Bezudenhout. Like that's what we're going to start calling it. You can't do this Bezadenhout deal. That's got to go.
No, you can still put poot on the end regardless.
You can. Bezadenhout. But that's just not as good as Bezudenhout.
No matter what you do, you can still slide a poot.
No matter which way you slice and dice that one up, there's going to be gas.
There's going to be a poot. There's going to be a poot right there at the end. Yeah. So it's going to be.
You just hob that knob, it's still going to be Bezudenhout.
No matter which way you skin that cat.
If you knob first and hob later, still.
All right, we're not doing that again. So you get down to the. You get down to our number twos. None of them made the cut.
Yeah, our number twos are number two. How about
however, our man Scott Stallings.
Yeah,
he will be playing on the weekend. He'll be playing on the Friday, Saturday finish.
Oh, hodgepodge back Scott.
He's
Scheffler. Excuse me.
He's known to go deep on a Sunday or round 4. So
I like it. Yeah.
I look for him to shoot up the leaderboard. So one thing before we go to Ben, talk about the pro-am for next week. Guys, Brooks, what the heck is going on?
So you know how like there's some people who have names that fit them, and you can't imagine them having another name. Like Kyle, you are just the most Kyle person of all time.
Oh, easily.
Ben, you're a Ben of all Bens.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
This douchebag, loser, joke, miserable piece of haircut.
Let's make sure it's not. Let's make sure it's not for like charity or something.
I don't care what it's for. He looks like he could put on a pair of skate shoes and a skateboard, and he would be smoking a blunt on Venice Beach, trying to do a kickflip to get the girl.
So, did you see how he was introduced yesterday?
No.
They introduced him as Bruce, not Brooks Koepka.
Bruce Koepka.
And the best thing in the world right now is if you go to Golf Digest and they did a bunch of PGA Tour players with blonde hair. John Rahm
is hilarious.
Got to change his hair tomorrow.
I'm digging Colin Morikawa.
Yeah.
I'm digging Morikawa, and I'm digging Phil with the long hair. I liked how they had his long blonde locks.
Oh wow, Phil, that's amazingly done.
I'm saying John Rahm is the best out of all of those.
Oh, by far. If they could have gotten the beard too, it would have been.
Oh no, it works out better that it's not. He looks like some sort of gangster that is trying to dye his hair to make it look cool, and it's working for him.
That's funny. That's funny. So yeah, so if you didn't see it, Patrick Reed.
that may be the worst one. I wanted to send that to y'all and be like, I did not know that Patrick Reed was capable of looking any more ugly than he does right now. But by golly, they did it.
I'm a big fan of Ricky's. I think Ricky should do it.
Ricky could dye his hair.
Ricky's got to do something.
Yeah.
Besides his cuts.
So in case you didn't know, Rory also looks good. Rory looks like a national soccer player for soccer. In case you didn't know, Brooks dyed his hair like bleach blonde. It's actually a really good bleach.
And Kyle thinks it's stupid.
It's a really good look. It's not a good look, but it's really well done because it honestly kind of looks natural. You know, sometimes you can bleach it and it kind of goes orangey. His is super blonde. So
what if he's been a natural blonde this entire time and just been pulling one over on us?
You guys see the picture of him as a kid?
As a kid, he kind of was. He had a little blonde action on as a kid. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Did you see the picture of gross?
What do you think?
Of how it started and how it finished? It's him at the bar talking to John Daly, and then all of a sudden he's got John Daly's hair.
He's got John Daly's hair. Yes, that was good.
And
everybody's been like, "What were they talking about at the bar?" It was John Daly telling him
his hair.
Type of
this is what you should do. Yeah,
that's funny. He says it won't last until his wedding, so he's gonna let it.
Yeah, but they've been engaged for like the last 4 years. So when's
I think they're getting married this year.
They say,
yeah, they're getting married this year.
We don't know the
2022. Brooks Koepka will become Brooks Sims.
Brooks Sims, absolutely,
because he's a little.
I just don't get. It just looks terrible. I mean, I don't like him, but he's a good looking dude. I don't know what's going on here.
I am a big shock and awe guy, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Just shock.
If I was Brooks Koepka and everybody hated me because I sucked, I would do that.
Yeah. Did he make the cut?
Yeah. No.
That is a horrible look if you come with that haircut and miss the cut.
He did. He shot a smooth 74 today and went on to the house. Quick story. This is a funny story. Okay. So speaking of going on to the house, when we were in high school, buddy of mine,
Koepka got cut. He shot even, or
Yeah,
he finished even today. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so he made the cut.
This is something we always say for my high school buddies. We always joke about this. So we're water ballooning cars, right? And I was actually not present at this, but it's a funny story. So they were water ballooning cars.
All of a sudden, he's hoping cops don't listen to the show.
Well, they actually hit a cop car. They actually hit a cop who was off duty, ripped his windshield off, whipped the windshield wiper off. He gets them, takes them home. And then they were all going to spend the night at one person's house. So they take them each individually home to go tell their parents, and they take one to his parents. And so he gets done. He's like, all right, well, I guess I'm just going to go run to so-and-so's house and, spend the night. And he goes, his dad says, no, I think you should just come on in the house, big boy. So that's something we always say. We always say, come on back to the house, big boy.
Oh my.
And he got a whooping.
Yeah. So anyway,
They got your spanking spoon.
I digress. Spanking spoon.
Ben, do you have any related stories to that?
No, not at all.
Including
All
your
right.
wife?
Speaking of come on back to the house, big boy, check out Swannies. We need you guys to go check out Swannies.co. Great sponsor. They've been with us for a long time. Their stuff is great. Use coupon code DadBodGolfPod -25. Take 25% off your next order. You can use it as many times as you want. You can use it on the sell category, on the not sell category. They got a new line coming out in March. Make sure if you see anything on the website you like now, you better go ahead and get it before the new stuff gets here. New stuff could come earlier. They did tell me that as soon as it actually gets here, it'll go up immediately. So be on the lookout for that. Swannies.co, where the game starts. All right, Ben, what's your take on the Pro-Am?
I was reading today article that the controversy, we were wondering when this would kick in with the Asian tour that has been funded or got, kicked off by the Shark. And it is going to rear its head next weekend because not only are there players that are not going to be in this thing, there are several celebrities. So they have to feature new celebrities this year because some of them are not going to be there.
Celebrities.
5-time winner Phil Mickelson going to be on the Asian tour. Dustin Johnson, who's won a couple of times, going to be over on the Asian tour. So I'll be curious to see if this is the first of many. Apparently, the Pro-Am is trying to do way more stuff that's more cool, more crowd friendly. I don't know what they would do at a golf tournament like that. It's kind of, it's not the type atmosphere that you're going to see at the Waste Management Open in a couple of weeks, because that's just going to be rowdy on 16, the famous par 3. So I don't know that you're going to get that at Pebble. So
I just think you need more. I think you need more celebrity stuff.
Yeah,
they don't show you enough celebrities. I loved when they had on 17 on Saturday or Sunday, they got the Konica Minolta Biz Hub swing analysis by whatever the dude's name is.
Pansy?
And you got it's not
Costas.
Peter Costas.
Mm-hmm.
And you got Nick Saban and Bill Belichick in the same group, and they get a ton of pub. Like I want to see more celebrities in that. I think that's the most entertaining part about it.
I don't disagree with that at all. I think part of the problem is, if you've looked at the field in the last couple of years, though, Kyle, is they keep getting these. They're not even celebrities. They're getting these guys that are like the CEO of AT&T, and it's like he's not a celebrity. He's just
has a lot of money.
Yeah, the CFO of IBM. Like,
yeah, I mean,
I don't care.
I'm an IBM.
I understand that they have the money and the wherewithal to be in it, and so that's what they're doing, is they're buying their way into the tournament.
Yeah,
but that's not a celebrity. Like, keep it a celebrity tournament like it used to be, like you're talking about. So
Bill Murray, Steph Curry.
Yes,
Murray's going to be back. But he's like the only one that they're mentioning that's like the headliners. And then they say Bill Murray along with a host of new celebrities. And I'm thinking,
Larry the Cable Guy will be there.
Bunch of another
Probably.
new CEOs that
Larry
got promoted
Fitzgerald.
this past year.
Larry Fitzgerald.
Johnny Romo.
Yeah, he was there the last couple of years.
Who's, by the way, one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game.
Well,
No,
that's debatable. He's the
that
best
is
announcer.
debatable.
He may be the best color guy that's ever been on for sure.
He could be. He
Only because
definitely
he's one of the
is.
best quarterbacks.
He's definitely the worst holder to ever play the game. That's for sure.
Oh, that hurts.
Really?
That hurts. That's a whole playoff.
Why don't you
loss
go
right there.
play some Jamaican?
You can't. Don't even stud. You don't even have an argument for that. That's just the proofs in the pudding.
The proofs in the Putin.
He dropped the ball, literally.
You know what? Grammatica was Automatica.
Hey, you
So
know
if
who
he had just
won?
gotten that hold down.
Who won the American Express last year?
I have no.
They
clue.
might
Not Hudson Swafford.
It actually was.
Really?
No. I'm sorry, Patrick. No, wait, I'm way off.
Patrick
Yeah, American
Cook,
It was
Express was
Daniel
last
Berger.
week's.
It was
Daniel Berger. Yeah.
Four
Where did that
guys.
even come from?
I was
You know who?
looking-
You know who won the Farmers last year?
Nope.
Fat Prick Reed.
Fat Brick Reed did. Yes.
Oh wow.
Did he make the cut?
Hope not.
Mm-hmm. He did.
Dadgummit.
Sure did.
Yeah, he's down there though. He's got a long way to go.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, yeah, AT&T Pebble Beach. That's just such an iconic course. I wish they got to do a little bit better with it. I feel like they got to do better with the coverage. Give us more celebrities. Give us more celebrities. But it's going to be, yeah, I'm like you, Ben. This is like the first real test to see who is going, like how these events are going to stack up against those ones that are going to go chase checks, which is totally cool with me. I have no problem with it.
And I don't know if he's busy with his movie shooting or not, but there's one guy that I want to see play in some of these celebrity tournaments. Have you guys seen the highlights? I think we talked about this
Ben
before.
Affleck.
Of Tom Holland.
Yeah. I
And
saw
like how
yeah, he hit driver off that deck, that video where he hit driver off the deck
Yes.
and almost made the Ryder Cup team.
yes, and apparently he's like a 2 or 3 handicap. I'm like, get that guy out there. I mean, he's
love
worth
Tom
watching.
Holland. You kidding me?
He's
Greatest
relevant.
Spider-Man ever.
Yeah, he's relevant because with the movies just coming out, I'm like, somebody needs to invite this guy out. But that's probably my biggest takeaway from the celebrity tournament is exactly what Kyle said. Is you got to get some. We want more celebrity coverage, and we want some better celebrities.
Yes. Yes,
'Cause,
absolutely.
Again, as you said, if those guys want to go chase money on the Asian tour, that's going to be paying like up to $10-12 million more than this tournament's going to be paying. Fine, I'm all for it. Go get your payday, especially if you're one of our number 2s because we need you on the money list. So go ahead and go get that.
There you
Ricky,
go.
Ricky, go over there. Just
There you
take the
go.
invite and go.
Just take the invite and go.
Yeah.
Oh, take money and run.
Much as you love Pebble Beach, go Ricky. Go make more money over there. All right. I need you at the end of the year. I need the money.
Nah,
I need
Rick,
you on
let
the
me tell you
money
what.
list.
No, let me tell you what. Ricky needs points.
Yeah.
Ricky has got to get that, keep his card. Ricky's got to have as many FedEx Cup points as possible from here on out. He doesn't even need to think about going overseas. He needs to play in every single event he can.
Did you see his scorecard today? I mean, he was in it yesterday and it was bad.
Doo-doo on the bed.
Yeah, it was really bad today. I mean, even though he finished at 2 under total for the tournament, I mean, on the front, he shot a 37, but then he shot a 39 on the back, and he literally had to birdie 18. And he almost, if he would have eagled 18, he would have made the cut. And guys, he threw it past the hole and sucked it back to about a foot. So he came close to actually shooting his way into the final 2 rounds and didn't do so. But yeah, he had a couple. My rule that we had on changing things up in 2022, cutting down on the doubles. Hey, Ricky, you need to take some advice from the guy that picked you.
Yep.
Let's cut down on the doubles.
Oh, it's tough. He shot 66 yesterday too, or Wednesday. So just didn't make it work.
Just a quick note. Ben would change the least out of all of us if he got Brooks's haircut.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
Well,
Me and Kyle would look a little different. Ben would really just look like Ben.
I don't know. Kyle
for a while.
Kyle could pull it off.
I could probably pull it off.
I just said we
the
look
one-
different. Yeah.
You're the
You were
one
blonde
with the
for a
dark
while?
hair and the dark eyebrows. You're the one that wouldn't. It would be a. You'd have,
Yeah,
would
but
you-
I'm gonna be the one that's gonna do it.
Would you dye your eyebrows too? That would be so cool. That'd be dope.
Probably.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
I mean, if
eyebrows-
you're that deep into it, go ahead and slap the whole button.
Do eyebrows fall out and grow back in like hair? Like how do eyebrows work?
I don't
Like
know.
Yeah,
if you
people shave them for
I
fun.
don't know how
they
that
just come
works.
right back in.
Yeah.
My
Okay.
mom
Yeah,
had me
Nate
scared to
Basil,
death
welcome to
when I
Jackass.
was growing up. My mom had me scared to death because you know how the guys were shaving the lines in their eyebrows like to
Yeah.
look cool.
You like that, didn't you?
And I did. I loved it. My mom was like, "You don't do that because eyebrows don't grow back when you shave them like that. Like, don't do that." And I totally believed her. And then after I saw those dudes grow back, I was like, "You're so full of crap, mom."
Did you ever get your ears pierced in
Nope.
high school, Ben? You
Nope.
wanted to, though.
No, never did.
Oh, I did. I still do.
Do
Honestly.
you really?
You should.
If
That is not
I
something.
I always have said that if I didn't have to keep them in for like 3 or 4 straight weeks, I would have gotten them pierced a long time ago.
Yeah.
Nate, you have a look of a guy that could possibly have gauges in his ears. You kind of like, I'm sort of like the first time I met you, I was like,
I do. I think you can pull out. If you did that and had a skateboard, especially with your hair the way it's kind of long, I think you can pull it off.
I think so too.
I just wanted to be able to put 'em in when I wanted to.
Kyle and I couldn't pull off the earring look. I think you could do it.
You know,
Some of my buddies went and got him as a joke, and I was mad that I didn't get invited. Like they all took them out, but I was like, I would have gone and kept them.
just get the magnets, man. Just get some more magnets.
I thought I put them in the cart on Amazon one time.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Last thing we want to talk about. It could go multiple directions. We'll just see how this goes. So a little bit of history that's going to be made Sunday evening on the Golf Channel from 5 to 7:30. The Advocates Pro Golf Association Tour, which is I don't know the best way to describe it, is a PGA sanctioned tour where they're trying to grow the diversity of the game, I guess is the best way to say it. It's going to be the first televised tournament on like first televised tournament of this nature. It's going to be actually at Torrey Pines too, as from what I understand. It's it's at Torrey Pines, and we're going to watch it's a 36-hole tournament, and it will conclude on Sunday, and we will get to watch it. When the PGA Tour is wrapping up on the South Course, it'll be starting and wrapping up on the North Course. So that'll be something you can kind of look forward to. Damon Hack and Nota Begay will be the on-course guys. Guys got any takes or thoughts on this? Or
Well, my initial take was that they thought well enough of the PGA Tour players that it was going to hurt their ratings. So they moved the tournament up to Wednesday through Saturday. So that way nobody missed any coverage of them. And then they put this tournament on Sunday, going against the entire philosophy that they actually just said for the PGA Tour tournament.
yeah.
So it's kind of odd to me that they took that stance. I saw some of the interviews with some of the pro players. I guess some of the pro players are getting involved with this and getting some of their sponsors to kind of throw in some money to keep this going and get it going and help out with purse money and that kind of thing, which I do think is cool because Billy Horschel is trying to repair his image, I guess, because we still think he's a dick, but he apparently is one of the guys that has got he's one of the guys that's kind of, he's championed his sponsors and all of the people that he's involved with to kind of give towards this tour. So
if you don't know what the APGA tour is, I'll just give you a quick little snippet. It was established in 2012. It's a nonprofit organization with a mission to prepare Black and minority players to compete and win in both professional golf and within the professional golf industry. It's got 11 events. And this is,
are they all 36 holes, Kyle? Do you know?
I don't know. But they have fairly decent prizes. And you have to be a minority player, or if not, they do accept some non-minority players, but you have to like send in like a resume type thing, and they weed through and pick who they think.
Well, that's probably for somebody like
white guys
Cameron. That's probably like a Cameron Champ that may not look African American, but he's got African American grandfather, so they would probably allow him.
No,
right?
No. Like it's well, yeah, I'm sure he would, but I think they just they want it to pretty much be a minority, vast majority tour. So, but they do like for example, there's like a core group of guys, and then to fill up the tournament, they'll allow people to apply, and you kind of got to send in a resume. And honestly, I'm not trying to be ugly about this, but this is exactly what they do. They go through the resumes and try to figure out who can't win, and that's how they feel these.
Whoa, that bug off on always program.
That's just, I'm just telling you, that's what they do. But yeah.
J.R. Smith going to be in it?
I don't know. That'd be cool though. He should be in the Pebble Beach thing.
He should be in the celebrity thing.
Yes,
you're right.
Yes,
he should be in the Yep, he should be in the Pebble Beach thing for sure. This would be a good warm up though. Are they in season? Do they do any? No, our guys aren't in season. So I guess they aren't in season right now.
Yeah,
they're getting geared up for spring.
About to start, I think.
He has class.
But I think he kind of gets to say whatever he wants to say. Yeah, he'll skip.
He could sign an NIL deal.
Yes, he could.
Just imagine going to that school and like J.R. Smith comes in class and like,
it's like English for me.
Yes,
it's like English 101.
It's JR.
There's JR.
So for our class, I'm actually going to draw JR tattoos on the board.
Yeah. What's some other like intro classes we all had to take, like intro to psychology, intro art appreciation,
and music appreciation. Music appreciation that I honestly thought that we were going to go in there and like learn an instrument. I thought that's what my deal was going to be. And I get in there and they're like talking about the history of it. I'm like, this sucks.
I'm actually in a biology lab with J.R. Smith.
We're lighting up our Bunsen burners right next to J.R. Smith.
Me and J.R. actually dissecting a baby this afternoon.
Have you guys heard some of his interviews about class, about what he said about it?
No.
How people are acting that way towards him, and he's like feeling bad because he's like, look, I didn't get a chance to do this when I was younger. I'm like really interested in what we're actually doing here. You guys need to leave me alone.
That's hilarious.
They're all like, oh, we're gonna eat ramen again, and he's like, yo, I'm getting filleted delivered to the house.
Steak.
You talk about those players stolen on their lucky star, man. He's providing all the equipment for them, paying for it out of pocket, and their school couldn't do that for him. Like they had, some of them had mixed clubs and all that, and now he's got them all fitted.
Oh wow.
He's got them fitted, and he's like dressing them and clubbing them and paid for all their bags. And when he found out how they traveled, he was like, nope, went and bought a couple of buses for them.
It's like that program like won the lottery. That's awesome.
Oh, that program won the lottery. What about those freshmen that signed scholarships or whatever, not even knowing that he was going to be coming? And then they get there and they're like, yeah, thank you for this. This is pretty sweet.
Exactly.
And that's phenomenal.
But hey, you're in my seat. Like, no, I'm J.R. Smith. I bought this bus.
I bought the bus.
You're all in my seat.
Shut up, kid.
Oh man. All right.
That'd be cool if he was in this. The APGA tour. I mean, I get it. Didn't you say coverage was on like 5 to 7:30?
Yeah.
Something like that tomorrow, which is going to be right at the start of the second game because the other game starts at 5:00. So they're literally carrying their TV coverage at the exact same time that the football game is starting, even though they said that they were moving the golf tournament so it wouldn't compete with football. Okay.
What would be okay? Let me ask you this. Let's just pose a controversial question. Let's just do it. If it only takes 5 minutes, whatever. What would be better to accomplish this goal? What would be better if the goal is to make the PGA Tour or golf in general more diverse? What would be a better goal to make a tour, which it is what it is, make a tour for guys that more than likely are not good enough to make it on the big tour, or do things that gave them more opportunities to make it on the big tour? Which one seems like it's this? Because this to me seems like incredibly patronizing.
No, I get exactly what you're saying, because these guys are playing against other guys that are not going to make it on the tour. It's not like they're facing stiff competition. You know what I'm saying? Like they're going to see the same guys at all 11 tournaments that they do throughout the season. They're going to see the same guys each and every time. And there's not going to be a PGA Tour player that stops by to play that weekend on that tour. Even if it's a minority tour player, if it's a Harold Varner, if it's a Tropic Thunder or somebody like that, like they're not gonna step away from that PGA Tour money to go play in this tournament.
Yeah.
So I'm like you. Why are they doing something to get them involved in the actual PGA Tour? This is not getting them involved in the PGA Tour.
No.
This is just allowing them to play the same site as the PGA Tour is playing this weekend.
Here's my take. No other sport patronizes in this way. And there's plenty of sports out there that are very heavily favored towards one race or demographic.
There you go.
And if you're good enough to play on tour, golf, golf is very individualized. It is very much however you can do as a person, right? Like there's no team to put you on the bench or no coach to play a favorite. You get out there and you kick the other guy's asses.
Yeah.
And if there was a 19-year-old that won the Corn Ferry Tour event, and he just beat everybody.
Yeah.
He was just better than everybody that week.
With his Instagram girlfriend on.
Doesn't matter that he was, a minority. He just played better than everybody else.
He's just better.
So yeah, I think it is patronizing a little bit. I think it is, no other sport does that. No other sport creates this like little, a kind of a safe haven, a separate entity. As far as growing the game, absolutely. But as far as competition and readying them for tour, no.
Well, and that's why I go back to the NFL debate. You want to grow the game, you want people to know about it, and then you put it right there when it's airing during the exact same time as the football game is.
Yeah, I mean,
so it's like, hey, we're doing you a favor. We're putting you on television. Yeah, the NFL playoff game, the nightcap is going on at the same time. You don't need to worry about that. Like, we got you on television.
Yeah. I just think, I mean, to me, it's borderline insulting. Like I would feel borderline insulted if it were me. If I was approached with that, I would feel.
I saw a few interviews from some of the players that were playing because they're already out there and doing the practice rounds and that kind of thing. So I saw a few of the interviews when I was watching, I guess it was Golf Central when it was in between coverages a little bit earlier tonight. I mean, the guys that were interviewed were glad that the pros are helping out with some sponsorship money.
Yeah.
But even one of them, I think one of the players said, I don't think that should be their responsibility. I think, that should be some of the companies that want to get involved responsibility, not the players having to push companies to get involved. He didn't say that. He can come out and say that. That's not his exact words. It just, when they put him on the spot, you could tell that it was not something he was real comfortable discussing.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. It's just, it's kind of good for the guys that are on tour, like, and taking advantage on this tour and taking advantage of it. Like, go get it, bro. Go get it, dude. Go.
Like we said about the Asian tour, go get your money, man. Go get your money.
Exactly. So I just think the way it's being done is, and like I said earlier, like the application process to fill out the field, like
that is pretty crappy.
That is legitimately what happens. That's
pretty crappy.
I talked to a guy.
If they look at it and they're like, hey, we need to see who's not going to come close to winning, and we'll let them in.
I talked to a guy today who's a very good golfer, and he's applied for to get in a couple of these that came close by, and he gets turned down every time. And he lazily shot 66 today from 7,000 yards. So he's yeah. So if that gives you any idea, just, I don't know, just
Pat
seems.
Reed?
No.
Pat Reed did not shoot 66.
But anyway, y'all
he did play over 7,000 yards, but he did not shoot 66 today.
There you go. Everybody have a great weekend. Tonight's episode was brought to you by Betonline.ag. Don't forget it. Go play some golf this weekend. It's going to be cold as hell.
Go play some blackjack because it's going to be cold.
Maybe go online, play some blackjack, bet on some sports, conference championships. It's going to be a great weekend. We'll watch this tournament and we'll have some takes and dissect it and talk some junk and maybe hobnob a little on Monday. So y'all have a great
weekend. Put that in there, didn't you?
Dadbod Golf Pod.
Have a great weekend.
Knobbing on the hob.
There you go. Dadbod Golf Pod.
Always.
Boys, have 'em. Knob 'em.